Hello, everyone. Welcome. For if you are with me, if not, that's also okay. Um, as you saw, the heading is all about weight loss and my weight loss journey. So let's go ahead but before I start, I know that I have a couple of viewers and supporters that follow definitely to me that are in the Asian area, especially India. We do saw that there's a pandemic coming through. So, guys, just keep safe. That's all I want to say. Keep safe, and my thoughts with you and your families. So let's begin. My journey started with, and by the way, this is not. It's almost like a dear diary situation. So it's me just taking stock of what's happening in my life throughout this weight loss journey. Is that in the 90s, well, let's just say in my, while I was in college, I remember this is how this weight loss journey, I'll just take you through um, my periods of going through it, right? um, in the US, I remember in the 90s, back in college, late 90s, I was in college with my sister. Yeah, we were playing tennis at one day, just playing tennis. I love tennis. And I suddenly lost my breath, and it was scary because, you're far away from home. As you know, we're from South Africa. My sister had just joined me. So it must have been very scary for that poor girl. What ended up happening is that I got diagnosed with asthma. That was okay, I was still, my weight then I was always a thin kid. So my weight then was, I'm gonna talk kg because I'm from South Africa, so the matrix is a bit different. But back then I was like 30 kg or something like that, very light, because I was always, very active. And then, got diagnosed with asthma throughout college. My weight was okay. But then left the US in the early 2000s, came back to South Africa, and my asthma just, I think it's the weather, right? My asthma just, it changed. Everything just went haywire. I had to literally live with taking cortisone every single day. And this was a good, now we're talking 20 years ago, just trying to breathe. I remember there was a time where I was like, because, being independent and whatnot, I made sure that I would stay next to wherever I was. My house before I got married was next to a hospital because that's how bad my asthma was. Fast forward to when I got married, and I remember still my weight was a good, like an average weight a woman would have is 75 kg, right? So it will fluctuate between 70 to 75 kg. So, I then, yeah, so that's how it was with this asthma, with the pumps. I had a pulmonologist. So every time I'd be in hospitals in and out because of my asthma, very uncontrollable. It was either allergy. So my pulmonologist couldn't get it right for some reason because, yeah, it will just fluctuate if I'm under pressure because of a job, well, it was an emotional roller coaster to a point where I didn't want to bother my family. And I'll just check myself in if he was to say, well, your asthma levels not looking good. He would even joke like, you would die and nobody would know because here you are wearing high heel shoes and, carrying on about your business, bringing yourself to the hospital when I say you must check in for a week to do some physiotherapy and to make sure that, those of you that have asthma will know. So the journey was tough. But with prednisone, as you know, well, those of you that might know about steroids, is that you get bigger. So at least that was manageable because I didn't have a child, so wasn't married, so I could eat right at the same time as well. So he'd tell me, my pulmonologist would say, just make sure you eat a lot of salads, you drink your water, you exercise a bit, don't overdo it. In fact, he said to me, don't even exercise as much as I love to. So the journey continued that way. And then fast forward, when I got married, I remember. So when I met my husband, Shane, he is such a, anyway, you know how I feel, but he is so loyal in a sense that he knew what he was signing himself up to. I was asthmatic, my weight was okay then. Like I said, still fluctuating between 70, 75, but you're basically carrying water, right? Because you're trying to breathe, you've got, breathe, there's pumps and stuff that you have to take care of. So my journey has been that when I got married, I remember when he paid in South Africa, guys, there's what we call dowry, lobola. So when we were getting married, my uncles, one of my uncles, well, two of my uncles, one of them is late, very lovely uncle of mine, was telling him, like, you know that she's got asthma, right? And he knew what he was signing up for. And then fast forward when I got married, guys, when I got pregnant, things just changed. Like, I knew that, I was already high risk. So, it's our son actually came as we were trying to plan. Remember, we went to our OBGYN back then. And I remember she was saying, wait a minute, when we went to go see her the first time, she was like, I see something there. So you guys are already planning, but there is a little nut there. So go and check. And lo and behold, we were pregnant with him. So already I was high risk. But I had to take care of my breathing that time as well. So this is where the weight gain started, and you can see your body. Women know, like, already you're going through emotions, and especially if you're sick. And this is to why I'm sharing this story is to just make people aware that people have different stories, people have different struggles when they go through weight, guys. And I see it a lot when I look at social media and how people give you a hard time when you're big, you're large, you're fat, you're whatever. And I had that in my own family. My mom's side of the family, they're very slim. My father's side of the family, they're a bit bigger size. Like for me, from both sides, it's one of my aunts, obviously, it was like, you need to lose a bit. But in most cases, I was the biggest in the family as years went by. So, and I was 75 kg, for crying out loud. So people don't understand that going through weight as a big person is already a challenge on its own. So having people giving you a hard time. And then when you lose weight, which after my baby, it was okay. Now, how do we get to a point of, I was like 110 kgs. I don't know how many stones is that, guy. Sorry, I didn't calculate. I'm gonna stick with South African, that matrix system. So, you go from 75 to 110 and people just look at you like, what is she eating? They might not say something, but you can see it in enough expression, right? So for me, it was a journey of, okay, I've got a child, and then my son came out, we almost lost him. So a lot of emotions that go with that. So that journey was an 8-year journey to lose weight. That wasn't happening. It's only when I came to this country, UK, that I started, to really focus on it and invest in myself, because at least my son was balanced in his ADHD and, the food. In most cases, I eat less. I'm busy all the time having to take care of everything. In South Africa, you've got a nanny, you've got, people that are helping you out. So it's funny that when you get here, your time is like, I gotta wash my son, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So in a sense, you're blessed, but it's a curse as well. So, for me, why I'm doing this video was more to just share the experiences that come with having to lose weight. So at this point in time, guys, I'm happy. Like, um, I did a program that focuses, and in fact, they give me a hard time. Even if I've lost weight, they want you to keep at it. I won't advertise them, but for me, it really, really helped me. I had tried a lot of options along the way, but the one thing I couldn't do was lose the water through prednisone. So I'm off it now. The UK has really helped me as well in terms of the tests that they've done for me. As much as I know people complain about this country, but it's brought me back to myself, and I appreciate them for that. The medication is great. So fast forward today, this day and age, I'm able to do the things that I like to do. I walk if I want to, no losing breath. Imagine back then my husband will have to have two pumps, a nebulizer, at the same time trying to also take care of our son. So today, at this day and age, I'm very happy. I'm lucky to have had the opportunity to go through this program that is very strict on health, on diet, on gym, on they give you advice. Highlight me if you're interested in finding out what that is. I'm not going to advertise them. I was supposed to have done some sort of a testimony with them, but I figure let me do it with you, my people. And please, if you're going through it, I don't think you need to explain to people in terms of when you lose weight. I think it's such a personal thing because people have divorce, life, it does life, isn't it? Life itself. So people lose kids, there's a lot happening right now as we speak. Like I said, my people in India, I've got a lot of friends there. We don't know what this thing is. It a second round of COVID? So I don't want to be an alarmist. But at the same token, I'm saying just have compassion for those people that are going through weight loss journeys, because I remember when Oprah took forever, right, to tell us that she was using Ozempic, and you right now she's also enjoying her life. I mean, you only have one life to live. So, but I also think that if you do it responsibly, because I do have nephews out there, I have nieces, young people that look up to me. I chose to do that responsibly. That said, I don't also want to prescribe things to people. That's why I won't even advertise the company that helped me out. This video is not even sponsored, guys. It is not sponsored. So I think right now, like I said, I'm in a good space. I do my exercising, I eat right, I'm in a good mindset, and I'm enjoying life. Look, when I lost weight, I know, like I said to you, even, when Nigerian in was like, are you okay? So people either ask because they're concerned, or some are just nosy, to be honest with you. So I'm just going through life, and I'm happy. The one thing that I will also advise people that want to go through journeys, that know that some of it there are side effects in terms of the weight. There is that flab that you're left with, so not everything is just glossy from the outside. There's that emotional thing as well, like the clothes that you liked you can't wear anymore. But the one thing that I'm happy about is my health. I can now go up the stairs. I can, it was a struggle, not from a weight gain perspective, because I'm sure you've seen my videos. I started this thing my journey on YouTube 2 years ago. So it is then that now that you can see like the difference. And this thing started as soon as I got my son, because I love to exercise. I love, now I'm doing my weights, but it wasn't really showing then. And I've only got one life to live. I want to catch up with my son. My husband, with him, it's like, okay, if you lose weight, don't do too much. He's still an African man now. He wants the nyash. Sorry, guys, for those of you that are watching this with your kids. Something to hold on to, let's just put it that way. I'm South African after all. If you know Sarah, so go and Google Sarah Batman and see how South African women are shaped. And that's what he signed up for. So right now it's like, okay, don't do too much. So, I'm lucky to have a partner that's so supportive. But to a point, obviously, like I said, he's an African man. He still wants, his cake and he wants to eat it too. So, sorry, that's not X-rated, YouTube. That's not X-rated. It's a cake, okay? All right, everyone. For those that are new here, thank you very much for joining my blab about my weight loss. I'm hoping to keep this up because sometimes things just happen. But for me, it's about enjoying this ride. It's about enjoying my clothes again. Oh, my clothes. Yeah, so it's all about me, right? It's all about me. So make it about you. People will always say anything, whether you've lost weight, you gained weight, whether you have, there's always something. So do it anyway if you feel like you have to do it. I'll tell you a story about, I walked, it's almost like a girl walked into a bar because I was at a pub and a friend of mine, every time I see you, you're losing weight. It's like, and everybody just turned around and I'm like, yeah, you're doing too much. But I think it wasn't malicious. It was people are not aware how that impacts you as well. Like, couldn't you just call me to a corner and go, wow, you're doing well. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it because I just know that he's a good person and he means well. He's a good friend of mine. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna try to do Saturdays. I just get so confused with timelines and all of that. And I'm trying not to make this professional. You are my therapist after all. Unpaid therapist, but I appreciate you. So thank you very much for listening. Yeah, let's do this some more. I will see you in my next week. Yeah. Thanks all. Take care.